I'm Bill.
And I'm Sky.
And this is the Bill
and Sky Show.
On this channel, we talk about superhero movies, comics, and comic news. So today, we're going to be talking about Avengers Infinity War. And I gotta say, they actually did a good job. Like, normally Marvel doesn't do like amazing job with their films because they normally make mediocre Marvel films like Spider-Man Homecoming. Thor Ragnarok was alright, and it wasn't horrible. It wasn't like the other Marvel films, but it still kind of followed the formula. And Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was just too silly. It didn't know what it wanted to be. But Infinity War, they actually did a good job with making this one film a good film. Actually, like one of the best things they did with the film was Thanos. Like, they actually gave Thanos a storyline. Like, they kind of switched it out. They kind of made Thanos the hero of the story and kind of made the heroes seem like the villains. Because since we already know the superheroes' arcs, we didn't have to get into their story. We just needed to get into Thanos' story. And so they developed they make Thanos a character instead of making him just some big bad villain who just wants to destroy the universe. What do you think about Thanos?
Well, Thanos, I don't think he was the greatest. I think he could have been way better than what they did.
Okay.
I kind of wish they did do the love thing, made that work a little bit instead of doing wipe out half population. But yeah, I would say the movie was it was decent for what it did.
I'm a little bit half and half on that. The love situation with Lady Death. Like, even in the comics, they didn't do like a spectacular job with that. Now I know what you mean when you say like they could have worked it out and kind of make it into something. Because in this movie, Thanos is not like a malicious asshole like in the comic books. Thanos in the comic books is looking for a fight. Thanos in the comic books is evil. He's maniacal and he's kind of intimidating. In this film, it looks like you can give the dude a hug and you wouldn't be killed by him unless you give him what he wants.
Yeah, and also another thing I don't like about the movie is how he got the Soul Gem. He killed Gamora to get the Soul Gem. I thought that was stupid. I really felt like they could find a different way to have him get the Soul Gem.
Mm-hmm.
And Red Skull, I wish they just kept him dead. I didn't like that reveal
because he actually kind of died in the first Avenger. Since the same writers of First Avenger wrote this movie, they were like, yeah, in some versions of the script, he was dead.
And also, I don't really like how most everyone disappeared. I felt like he could have used all the stones, the reality gem, and killed everyone left and right when he was fighting the Avengers and the Guardians. Them disappearing, I felt like it was kind of a waste of time.
Actually, that was kind of like that's a problem with like having a weapon like that, because even in the comic books they were like, okay, how do we stop a guy who can basically control everything with these stones? And actually, that was a problem. And that was kind of a problem in this movie. Like, he was kind of stupid using the stones. Like,
and I wish they killed
or soul.
I wish they killed characters that are actually going to keep dead instead of killing off Black Panther, Spider-Man, all of them.
These are cop-out deaths.
Yeah, and us knowing that they're going to still be alive in the next movie.
Yeah, they are. And here's the problem. Here's the stupid thing: is that they announced that these characters are going to get sequels, like Black Panther, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Ant-Man. Like, probably Wasp is gonna die and be like, oh no, Wasp is dead, but she's actually gonna be alive. She's in the sequel.
And I'll say this: when I saw Spider-Man die, I knew that all these guys were gonna stay dead. Because Spider-Man is Sony's property, and Sony's still making Spider-Man movies. So, I didn't believe they're all gonna stay dead.
If they killed Tony, I actually would have been like, well, this is real. Like, actually, if they were just gonna dust these characters anyway, like, why didn't Thanos just like use all his stones? Like, why did they have to make him look like he was about to lose? Like, why don't they just let him just go all out using all the stones instead of like make him only using two? You only use the Power Stone and the Space Stone. It's like, is that the only stones you know how to use, dude? Like, use the other ones.
Also, I always wonder, like, why didn't Doctor Strange use a time gem too? He could have fought Thanos. Freeze time. Kill him. He didn't have to. Just let that be hanging around his neck.
You know what the best thing about this movie? Actually, this movie did the impossible. This movie did the impossible. I thought they did something that I never thought would ever happen. They fixed Thor. They solved the Thor problem. Like, Thor in this movie had his moment. He has the best moment in the movie.
Even though I think Thor was kind of dope, I got admit this. I'm not gonna say it really fixed his character. You know, he didn't have.
They gave him a good arc in this movie.
Well, I'm just gonna say he didn't have 3 movies where he actually loved the character. You know, Thor Ragnarok was a joke. The other movies just sucked, and this movie, you know. Yeah,
they gave him.
He got his ass whooped and then stabbed down from the chest. I didn't really think that was I thought it was dope, but I don't really think that fixed his character.
Yeah, he was cool. Yeah, he was cool in this movie. I mean, he didn't. He didn't finish like all the things they did to fuck him up and just. Okay. Okay, but I like Thor in this movie.
I might sound like I hate the movie, but I actually like it.
Yeah, it had some good things.
Pretty good movie.
Okay, but you can say that Thor was fine in this movie, just like they didn't fix him in this at all. What you think about the Black Order?
Well, honestly, I only like the other dude, Ebony Maw.
Because he had the most dialogue.
But I do think they were kind of worthless. They could have been whooping everyone's ass. It seemed like everyone who is strong, like Thor, Scarlet Witch, and Vision, the strongest people in Hulk, get their ass.
Marvel doesn't understand power levels.
Yeah, it's guys like Captain America and Black Widow, Falcon, and Iron Man who can whoop gods like Thanos. All these bitches' asses. It's like they can fight them, and it's like, why can't Vision and Thor fight these guys?
Here's what I didn't understand about the Black Order, right?
Yeah.
Why did Thanos send them out? Like in this movie, in the movie is like, it's to get them on the planet Titan, right? But like for real, like if the Black Order was just gonna get killed, like easily, like they weren't even a challenge. They every time the Avengers showed up, they always owned the Black Order. Why were they even in this movie to begin with? Like, that's one of like the worst things. Like, they're pretty bad villains. They didn't have any cool personalities. The only person that everyone liked was Ebony Maw because he had the most dialogue out of all.
Thanos could have just used the reality gem.
I mean, Thanos had it in the back.
Yeah, but he could have used the reality gem or the Power Stone and just get the stones himself.
And they had like these new dog minions instead of using the Chitauri.
Actually,
Outriders didn't even do a better job than the Chitauri. They actually got killed easier than the Chitauri.
I don't understand why he'll do that. It's like Thanos, like you have the reality gem. You can use that for anything.
He didn't need an army.
Do this whole thing yourself.
I think that's also a problem. That fight in Wakanda, it was like, that didn't need to happen. Like we've seen the Avengers fight invasions a billion times. It could have just been the Avengers versus Thanos. Take out the Black Order because you guys didn't do anything impressive with them, and Thanos could have just did it by himself because he clearly didn't need any of them.
And when he got the time stone and he went to Wakanda, he could have just froze time. He didn't have to get stabbed in the chest and deal with all these crazy people,
It would have been cool if at least Ebony Maw or someone got the stone out of Vision's head, right?
Yeah.
They were like, okay, yeah, I know why these guys are in this movie because Thanos couldn't do this because they can do this.
And we all expected Vision to die,
It was obvious.
It was obvious.
It was in his head.
It's like, how could Thanos sauce his fingers not break that? It's like they're too big. It's gonna break his freaking head. All right, that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and you know what's weird, and you know what's weird about this movie? Like before this movie came out, we were a little bit skeptical about it because everything was pointing to the director. Like they couldn't handle everything in Civil War. Like how Civil War, they couldn't even handle those 11 little characters.
Yeah.
Right. They were kind of struggling to give every character screen time, and they were kind of struggling to balance all this because I was saying in Civil War they did not do a good job with all the superheroes in that movie. They did a good job with Iron Man, Captain America's character a little bit, but like in this, but yeah, everything was pointing to the direction that this movie was not going to work, and somehow they made 36 characters work. Maybe because they already had their own movies, and they didn't they kind of threw in some new characters, but they didn't throw in a lot of characters where they gave development towards them. So.
You know what I think how it worked. I'll tell you that they didn't have none of them fucking talk. Only a few said something.
Black Order.
Oh yeah, but like the Guardians, only a few people said things. And most of everyone died. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some people just didn't get screen time. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's actually when you say that, that kind of messes me
Yeah,
up.
Thanos was the only one who had more screen time, you know?
Yeah.
Well, Thanos and Tony Stark.
Actually, I'm the only character that I think that might stay alive stay dead is
Logan?
no, who?
Logan? Or Heimdall?
Heimdall.
Oh, yeah, I think he's gonna stay dead.
Yeah, he's gonna stay dead because the actor's done. It goes with this whole franchise because he was just Thor's doorman to Asgard.
Yeah. I ain't got nothing to say about the doorman, you know. I don't really think he had much, you know. He just standing there, you know, helping you go to Earth, different planets, you know. I didn't really think I had nothing else to say about that dude.
Okay. He actually died quick. He only had like a minute of screen time.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Pretty much a worthless character, not gonna lie.
Okay, that's what we thought about Avengers Infinity War. Tell us what you guys think about Avengers Infinity War in the comments. And yeah, I'm Bill.
And I'm Scott.
And this is the Bill and Scott Show. And see you guys next week.